This is the next tab that we want to talk about, and it's the class notebook tab. So in Teams, we've looked at the post tab, we've looked at the assignment tab, and we want to look at the class notebook tab because it's an important one sometimes. So class notebook is really like an online filing cabinet. It's basically where all your notes are going to be kept and those sort of things if your teacher is using it. There is another option we're going to talk about, which is the class materials files tab. And so we'll talk about both of them, but the class notebook is a place where your teachers may be putting their notes and things and you want to be able to access it. So I'm going to show you this through my account, not Allie's as I have been, because Allie's teams don't have a class notebook set up, but I use this in my team. So I'll show you what it looks like. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on a team. So I've clicked on my team here. I'm going to click on class notebook. Okay, so if I click on class notebook, it's going to show up here. And then you'll see this little arrow. And you want to click that little arrow. Okay, and what happens is you'll notice a few different things. There's a welcome tab, which is what shows up, and mine is blank. There's a collaboration space, and I'm just going to go through these. You'll see on the document, it sort of lists these: collaboration space, content library, and your own personal folder. So we'll just look at all three of those. In the collaboration space, what you'll notice is there's a tab here. This one just says getting started with the collaboration space, but you can add a page in here. I can just add a new page and I can just type test in here. But what happens in here is that you can post things. You can insert, if you go up here, you can insert assignments, files, pictures, whatever you want, audio, links to different things. You can insert all bunch of stuff in there. And really, it's called collaboration space because anybody can use it. So that means that everybody's able to see it. Any file you put in there, anybody is able to take that, access it, download it, and change it. So the collaboration space is designed to collaborate. So it's kind of have a document you're all working on. You put it in the collaboration space, and that's where things can be changed and edited and those sort of things. Now, the content library is a little bit different. The content library is actually where the teacher is able to put things, but they're not able to be edited. They're just able to be sort of looked at. So this is where I put all of my notes. So I had a section on vectors. There's my vector notes. These are links to videos that I've done on each of these qualities. And then over here are my assignment and my assignment answers. So I've laid it out like that. You can click on each one of these and download them yourself. That's how the class notebook works in terms of class materials. And there's a bunch of different pages. Each page was, for me, a different unit. So there's a statistics unit, there's a calculus unit, and so on. Your teacher may lay it out slightly differently, but that's where you can find all of the information. What's a little bit frustrating about the class materials is that it's very free in terms of its layout. So I had to work hard to make sure that everything was somewhat laid out in an orderly fashion and easy to find. It's not necessarily easy to find. The other thing that's interesting is that things that are posted in the class materials in the class notebook do not necessarily give you a notification. So you kind of have to just check back and see what you can see. And then the final thing you'll have is your own folder. I'm seeing my entire class here. This is a class from last year, but you will only see your folder. And in your folder, your personal folder, you're able to put things yourself. Okay, so you can, excuse me, put in class notes and you could sort of make your own notes. You can keep your own notes and keep them in there. The only person that can access those are you and your teacher. Okay, and then you can put in your homework and your quizzes. You can submit your assignments this way as well if you want to put a link in there and that kind of thing. But that's the class notebook. Now, just a couple of notes about those. Everybody that posts in the collaboration space, it makes it available to everybody. And if you want to open it up, you can actually open it in OneNote. So instead of using it in Teams like I am here, it's a little bit small. You can actually click on open in browser or open an app. If you open it in the browser, excuse me, it will open the OneNote on your computer, on your browser, so Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or whatever you're using, And if you click on open an app, it will open it in the OneNote app. But of course, only if you have the OneNote app downloaded. So if you go back a few videos, we talked about how to do that. So you can open in the app. If I open in the app, it'll just say we're opening this in Microsoft OneNote, and it'll launch OneNote for me, and it will open it there. And then it says you're done. You can close this now, and it will open it in OneNote. And it may take a little while. I've got a lot of things open, but it should open it up eventually. So that's how to do the OneNote thing. And again, I'm not going to show you the OneNote thing because it doesn't appear to be working, and it's not really that important. But if you open it up in OneNote itself, it gives you just a little bit more functionality. So that's how you use the class notebook.